hitting .289. And he leads the league in steals. He's a guy you want to keep off the bases. And here we go. Garza all set. First pitch of this game. And it's a called strike. So we're underway. Right on time here at Tropicana Field tonight. Great to have you with us. Rays come in 8-14. Boston 14-7. Fastball is high. 1-1.
A lot of success for Ellsbury against Matt Garza, 7 for 16 lifetime. Matt's very well aware of that.
Yeah, he's the one guy in this lineup for Boston. The one guy who really has worn out Garza. He's going to be out of play. So it's even more important to get him out for that reason.
It is. A couple of reasons. Psychologically, and to keep him off the base and put a zero up there defensively to let the offense get on track. The Rays.
A ball, 2-strike count. Up and in a bit. Not to get too comfy. 2-2.
That will change your eyesight right there. If you're looking down and away, forget about it. You're going to get one up at the right shoulder. And Ellsbury turn the right way, turn in toward the catcher, so in case you do get hit, it doesn't hit you in the face.
And a wave and a miss. He's out of there on strikes. So Garza strikes out Ellsbury to start the game.
That's a 2-2 slider right there. I mean, the fastball up and in sets up this pitch right there. The bottom drops out at the back foot of Jacoby Ellsbury. Great pitch by Matt Garza.
One away for Dustin Pedroia. Pedroia in at .294. Breaking ball drops in there for a strike to start him. Danger up and down this Boston lineup, especially lately. 1-1 the count. David Ortiz on deck. They're still trying to get him hot, but boy, the rest of these guys from top to down in the 6 or 7 spot have been very good, including Lowell, who's hitting 7th tonight. He leads this team runs batted in. He's hitting 7th.
It's a dangerous lineup. A lot of people thought without Manny Ramirez with David Ortiz that David wouldn't be able to hit, but hitting behind David Ortiz is that man right there, Kevin Youkilis, and all he's doing is leading the league in hitting at .405. And he is a power threat these days. Maybe not like Manny was, but he's a power threat and an RBI threat.
One hopper to short. Bartlett makes this play. That will take care of Pedroia.
A couple of good curveballs in that sequence right there to Pedroia. And that's what that last pitch was to Jason Bartlett.
And it brings up Big Papi, David Ortiz. No home runs, but he does have a triple. How about that? It's more unlikely that he would have a triple than no home runs.
Always knew he had the wheels. Always knew. I always felt that.
.235 average for the Boston designated hitter. It's outside. Take a look at his April a year ago. Ortiz hit 5 home runs. Finished the season with 23 in 109 games a year ago. Big cut. foul ball. It's 1-1. They say he's 33, and you never really know, do you, Kevin?
You don't know. You don't know. I'm sorry to say that. That's just a fact of baseball with all players. You don't really know. Those scouts tend to manipulate your age a little bit. They did it to me when I signed. They made me 6 months younger, just so I'd come out of college as a 21-year-old. True story. Didn't make a difference for me, though.
And it was a little easier to do.
Oh, yeah.
2 balls and a strike.
Matt's got a good fastball today. Velocity is already, that just hit 95, but he's averaged 93, 94 this inning right out of the chute. Well, David tore the sheath in his left wrist last year in the middle of the season. I'm still not convinced that he's 100% from that as far as driving the ball. I mean, you know, he's a big guy, but he still uses his hands extremely well.
And a high fly ball back into center field. Upton will go back there for it and make the catch to retire the side. And it's a 1-2-3 first. Bottom of the inning coming. Boston nothing. The Rays are coming in to hit. Game 1 of this 4-game series. Joe Maddon's lineup has B.J. Upton leading off, followed by Carl Crawford, and then Evan Longoria. Carlos Pena, Pat Burrell in the middle with Gabe Gross in right field. Akinori Iwamura hits 7th. Jason Bartlett hits 8th. Michel Hernandez, the catcher tonight, he'll be batting 9th.
Josh Beckett on the mound with that 95 to 96 fastball. Good overhand curve and the changeup. Had a rough start in his last inning against the Yankees. That pushed the ERA to right there, 6, because of that.
And here's B.J. Upton swinging and bouncing it foul in behind Tom Foley down the third base side. That's a strike. Upton coming out swinging here. B.J. had a base hit and a walk in the loss at Minnesota last night. Scored 2 runs. If he gets on, that's a real key to the Rays offense.
I kind of like that he jumped on that first fastball too, because when Beckett's on, he's around the plate, but he has had some control problems this year too with his 13 walks. But that's the only way sometimes to get out of a little funk, is to let it fly and get that first swing out and a good fastball.
Upton hitting 158. Still, the on-base percentage is over 300. In fact, you know, Jacoby Ellsbury is leading off for Boston and has 10 steals. His on-base percentage is 327. He comes in hitting 289, and BJ hitting under 160 still has an on-base percentage of 304, which gives you an idea what he can do in the walk department. That's why Joe Maddon is staying with him in the leadoff position.
I mean, that's why it's so valuable to have him at the top, because when he gets his shoulder 100% healthy and gets in launch mode a little bit, he's going to hit some home runs. But the on base and working the count already, this is the 5th pitch of this sequence. That's really important. And Pat Burrell, you know, getting him on track in the 5 spot. I mean, it's early. Let's not panic about the Rays offense.
call on the inside edge. Upton checks with the plate umpire Marvin Hudson on the call. 1 away.
Defensive alignment for the Boston Red Sox. Jason Bay in left field, Jacoby Ellsbury in center, J.D. Drew out there in right, Mike Lowell at third, Julio Lugo gets a start at shortstop, Dustin Pedroia, Kevin Youkilis, George Kateris behind the plate, catching Josh Beckett.
It's Carl Crawford. Pitch is a ball, too low. Carl opens the night hitting .284. He had a double and a run batted in the game against Beckett up in Boston. 1-1 the count. Wave and a miss there. Beckett 2-1. Making his 5th start. Lifetime against the Rays. He is 6-3 with a .293 earned run mark. And the way he pitched against the Rays in Fenway, he appeared to be in midseason form then. Down to second, Pedroia comes up with it. His toss to first, and Crawford is the second out. So a strikeout and a ground ball out to start the bottom of the first. Base is empty, and the hitter will be Evan Longoria. Evan at .354. He is 4 of 15 against Beckett, with a couple extra base hits in that mix, a home run and a double. 1 ball, no strikes.
Now the gun on that one said 99 miles an hour. I don't know about that, but he's definitely pitching at 95 right now.
Breaking ball is in there. 1-1. Picks up the outside edge with a fastball. It's 1-2.
Yeah, that's paint on the black of home plate at the knees. Plus, oh yeah, it's 95 miles an hour. That's untouchable.
Too low, 2-2. When we saw him in Boston, he had a good curveball, and that fastball was in great shape and had a little tail on it that really made it tough.
Sure did. A lot of movement on his 93 to 95 fastball.
Evans stays alive and fouls it out of play. 2 outs, base is empty.
And once in a while, Josh Beckett will drop a pretty good changeup on you too, especially against left-handers.
A high fly ball back into deep left center field. Back to the track. Bay tracking it and has room to make the catch right in front of the .370 marker. Long drive by Longoria, but not quite deep enough. At the end of 1, no score. go to RaysBaseball.com for more information. Kevin Youkilis hitting .405 will lead it off. 5 home runs and 15 runs batted in for the Boston first baseman. And a breaking ball drops in to start him. That's a strike.
Did the same thing on Dustin Pedroia when he came to the plate. Dropped an overhand curveball first pitch. He's thrown 3 strikes at that curveball so far.
Pitch inside. Youkilis actually has been slumping a little bit. He's hit 8 of his last 10 games, and he's hit only .382 in that stretch.
Got to do better than that. Come on.
Overall, well, if you're hitting .405, it's tough to stay hot, I guess.
It is. I mean, 2 for 5 the whole season.
Yep. He lifts the fly ball into right off a fastball. Gabe Gross is there, and he puts it away. 1 away. Happy to bring this game to you in high definition on Sun Sports tonight. First game of this series against the Boston Red Sox. There's nothing quite like it. J.D. Drew will bat against Matt Garza. And a strike.
Interesting alignment because Longoria was playing even at the bag at third in case J.D. wanted to drop one down for a bunt first pitch. Now he's playing way over the short, so third base is totally exposed.
3 men on the right side of the infield. And slice the other way. 0-2, and boy, I'll tell you, those charts that the Rays keep are detailed. They're color-coded. And they change from not only hitter to hitter, but count to count inside 1 at bat.
Joe Madden said to us in the opening week of the season here that he wanted to be proactive with his defensive alignment, just like he's very active with his offensive game plan.
He's out of there. Drew caught looking. Second strikeout. That's a pretty good pitch right there.
That's a slider. This is a nice one right here. He's got good command of his breaking stuff today. Look at this pitch. That's over the inside corner at the knees. Strike 3. That's a good call and great execution by Matt Garza. He's got all of his stuff working tonight with good command. That's the key. It's throwing strikes. 19 pitches, 13 strikes so far for Matt.
Here's Jason Bay. Fastball in off the plate. 1-0.
I think really, Dwayne, what you're looking at with these 2 pitchers are 2 Cy Young Award winning type guys. I thought Josh Beckett actually should have won it 2 years ago over CC Sabathia. As good as CC was.
1 ball, 1 strike. Well, they've got the arms to go a long way toward winning that award.
Well, I think that award really, those awards should be after the postseason's over, because that's the reason Josh Beckett was so dominant in the postseason. He's been one of the better postseason performers ever. But the vote goes in the last weekend of the season, and CC was deserving also. But I thought Beckett was so dominant in the postseason. Now Matt Garza, on the other hand, he's coming into his own. A little inconsistent at the start of this year, but he's got, everybody knows that he's got probably the best stuff on the staff, and he's got the whole arsenal to win a couple of Cy Young awards in his career.
That's a strike, a fastball. 2-2. It seemed to me, and you would recognize this immediately, he was nice and easy on that pitch. I thought the pitch prior he missed, his velocity was down a little bit, but he seemed to try to hump up on that one. It registered at 92. That one was 94, and really easy.
It's just like a hitter. You know, the more you jump at the ball, the more you try to tense up, the slower your bat's going to be. Same thing as a pitcher.
Strike 3 call. He got him looking. Fastball well located in with something on it. 2 strikeouts in the inning. 1-2-3 go the Red Sox. 6 in a row. hit in the bottom of the second. Joe Madden fully aware of the Rays offense and the need to get something started. He is our Geico quote of the game.
We got to start turning this around at some point. We got to get the offense rolling again, and not even again, we just got to get it rolling. Overall, we've done a lot of things well. We just have not had that one big hit at the right time with any consistency. And anytime you don't hit, I think that it magnifies the game in a negative way, or it makes you appear as though you might be flat, which is not true. We're just not hitting right now.
Carlos Pena leads off and takes the first pitch high. A ball to no strikes. I'll tell you what really magnifies it is playing inside the American League East, because you've got to score a ton of runs to win this division. It's fouled back. The Rays come again, averaging 4.4 runs a game. The Red Sox averaging 6 runs a game in the division. The Blue Jays 5.9, the Yankees 5.7, Baltimore 5.2, and the Rays 4.4.
Yeah.
So that gives you an idea where the Rays are right now offensively. They're a better offensive team, way better than what we've seen.
Yeah, they really are. You just, we were talking about grinding it out last homestand, and I think that's really what it comes down to. You don't have to have your prettiest swing to get the job done, but when you got a runner at third and less than 2 outs, you got to get him in. You got a runners at second and third, nobody out. You got to hit a ground ball to the right side. If you get a base hit, great. If you don't, get him over, get him in.
This one a little wide. It started up breaking ball out there, and it stayed away. 2-2 the count to Carlos.
It's the shift the Boston Red Sox have on Carlos Pena. Mike Lowell playing directly at shortstop, and 3 infielders on the right side.
Swing and a miss on the fastball. Second strikeout of the game for Beckett. Both coming on fastballs. This one's swinging.
Yeah, that's just gas. 96 down the middle, just above the hands of Carlos Pena.
Now here's Pat Burrell. To start him, strike one. Matt missed the middle game of the series in Minnesota with a stiff neck. Came back last night and had 2 hits, a double and a single. And he has himself a base hit here. And a pitch in and pulled it into left. That's the first hit of the ball game.
Might have cracked the bat, but the ball was up. Pat's strong enough that he could get inside it just enough to fight it off and get it into left field for the first runner for the Rays tonight. He'll take it. He's got a little smirk there,
Yep.
Hey, so he got in a little bit. He's only throwing 96.
As you pointed out, he's strong enough, and that's what being strong is all about.
That's it. You don't bloop it into left if the ball's up. I mean, if the ball's down. If the ball's up, you're strong. You can get those types of hits. You take it.
Now here's Gabe Gross. It's a strike. Gabe hitting 206. He entered the game late last night against Minnesota and had a base hit. 1 for 2 and a run batted in. Strikes.
A little off speed right there. That's pretty good execution by Beckett. Looked like a fastball and the bottom falls out. So I said earlier, Josh will throw that off speed to lefties. And he throws it with the same arm speed as a four-seam fastball, but about 6, 7, 8 miles an hour slower.
Up and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So both these pitchers showing good velocity here early. Consistently 94, 95, even 96.
And you're looking at 2 really good power arms, and both of them have good breaking stuff. Beckett with the curve, Garza with the curve, but also Garza with the good slider.
Rays have Pat Burrell at first and 1 out. breaking ball outside, and it's a 2-2 count. Beckett was 12-10 last year with an earned run average over 4. Strikeout number 3 for Beckett.
Doubled up on the curveball, missed with one away, came right back with another one. Look at this thing on the outside corner and down. Take a look at Gabe Gross from the side. Tries to stay back, just swings over the top of it. Not that he really got out of bounds, he just had good drop to it.
So with Burrell at first, now 2 outs. Here's Hakadori Iwamura. Fastball, a strike.
It's Marvin Hudson calling him behind the plate quickly. Not just the 95 and 96 foul, it's the location that goes with it. That's what makes it so tough to hit with Beckett.
Another breaking ball that's high, a little bit outside. 1-1. Well, he can do various things. Actually, with his breaking ball and with the fastball, he moves it around.
Yeah, he does. Both sides of the plate. I mean, he tries to backdoor that curveball to the lefties like he did on Gabe Gross a moment ago.
2-1. Boston at the moment in first by a half game in the East over Toronto. The Blue Jays lost their game. Wave and a miss and a fastball. 2-2.
See, that's that 94 fastball that looks like it's riding above the hands. Tough to lay off of. It's right above Aki's hands.
Pitch is fouled back. Beckett with 91 career victories. 91 and 63.
Five complete games. You would think there'd be a lot more with that kind of stuff and that kind of command that he normally has.
And a wave and a miss. He strikes out the side. Hockey out of there. A man left on base, and at the end of 2, no score.
Tampa Bay, Evan Longoria will be featured a little bit later on as part of our Inside the Rays premiere. It's going to be the second installment, and it's going to feature the Rays Rookie of the Year from 2007, Evan Longoria. Immediately after our post-game show tonight, Longoria will take him back to his days in high school in Long Beach State. Quite a story for the young man who is still the youngest player on the Rays roster, guys.
All right, Evan Longoria. So you'll want to stay with us after the game. That follows immediately. Here's the veteran third baseman, Mike Lowell from Boston, taking a high fastball from Matt Garza. Lowell has been hot. He's coming back from 35. He had hip surgery in November. And the strike. He really hobbled to the finish line last year with the torn labrum in his right hip.
Right, yeah.
But boy, is he swinging the bat now.
He and Chase Utley, similar injuries. Yeah, he really is. A nice RBI guy to have down there in the 7th spot, isn't he?
23, second in the league to Carlos Pena in runs batted in. Well, he's a smart hitter. He's just a smart player overall. Good 2-strike hitter. And this one is popped up. Bartlett backpedaling from shortstop, making the call and the catch. One away.
Very good sequence once again, and good execution from Matt Garza. He got in there a little bit on Mike Lowell, came back in with a 4-seam fastball. Tied him up a little bit.
Now the catcher, George Kataris. He's 2 for 14 on the year. Jason Varitek continues to do the bulk of the catching for the Red Sox. And a strike, which means that Kataris gets to catch Tim Wakefield.
That's right, and he's done a pretty good job with Tim too. The designated catcher for Tim Wakefield. There's Jason Varitek taking a little breather tonight. Kataris is a power guy, at least in Pawtucket he was. 20 home runs there. Short ballpark though in Pawtucket, really short fences. AAA last year, but he came over in a trade from the San Diego Padres in 06 for David Wells.
Pitch is outside. 2-1, and there's Tim Wakefield. He'll be pitching here Saturday night, the third game of the series. So we'll see if Varitek gets a couple games off.
He may.
In this series.
I think he will, because Kataris has had a nice success with Tim Wakefield.
Nice ball by him. 2-2.
Had 22 home runs last year in AAA, and he was going for it right there. But that's, again, that 4-seam fastball just above your hands that looks so good you just can't get to it. Can't get on top of it.
And now full count.
I would have liked to see Garza go right back up the ladder just a little higher for the punch out.
Well, he's gone all the way out here to the number 8 hitter. First full count we've had tonight. And he went up there and struck him out with a fastball. Strikeout number 4, both Beckett and Garza now with 4 strikeouts.
Yeah, I just felt he did 2-2. He didn't have to go to the breaking ball because Kataris missed it. The 1 for strike 2, and just go a little bit higher and punch him out. And that's exactly what Garza did. But he did come right back with it, at least, after missing on the breaking ball.
And here's Julio Lugo, just activated from the disabled list. And some work done on his right knee. So he's right now 2 for 4 since being activated. First pitch to him is a fastball, strike one. He had that knee addressed, the right knee. And there's Rocco Baldelli. The ground ball foul, 0-2. Rocco has had some hamstring issues lately. He's been on the shelf for the Red Sox. Always great to see him. It's a little strange seeing him in a different uniform, though.
I bet, yeah. I was happy that last year he did get to hit a World Series home run.
Yep.
After all he went through.
Liner into right. Gross is there, and he makes the catch. Racing to his left to grab it. 1, 2, 3. Go the Red Sox. Bottom of the third. Coming up, no score. A good name. Dodge grabbed life by the horns. And McDonald's, I'm loving it. Rays opening this homestand in a 4-game series against Boston tonight. No score. A lot of heat featured by Beckett and Garza. And some breaking stuff in the mix as well. First pitch. Fastball and a strike to Bartlett.
Yeah, the way Garza's throwing in Beckett, this could be a 2-1 game tonight.
Jason takes one wide. Bartlett in the lineup. He left last night's game. He had a little tightness in his left hamstring and left the game early. The foul ball out of play. Jason's been one of the guys in the Rays dugout clubhouse who's started to be in his own way respectfully vocal about the need for some intensity here.
I heard that.
Yep.
And I liked it when I heard that. You know, I was watching, of course, not being on this last road trip, and I like that to see a player come out once in a while, because that's what I'm seeing from afar. And you know, are you ready to play in the first inning? And if you do give it up in the first inning, hey, battle back and make it a game like you did against the Twins a couple of nights ago. So when Zobrist does come up there, his at bat counts for something.
1-2 the count to Jason. A little tap, third base side. That's a fair ball, and that's going to be an infield hit. That ball stayed fair. Marty Foster on the call, and Bartlett is aboard to lead off the inning.
Well, we've seen that here at home on this turf and this dirt, that it's good. If it goes down the line, it's going to stay fair. And it was inside the back. Nothing Mike Lowell could really do. Bartlett was running pretty well. Of course, you worry when you come out of a game with a little twinge in your leg that naturally the first ball you hit is a ball you really got to bust your tail on.
Absolutely, every time.
It always works out that way.
Michel Hernandez, he's been patiently biding his time, looking for a little playing time, and he's getting a start behind the plate tonight.
This is one of those games where you may have to play a little bunt and run or small ball early, or at least hit and run. Well, the Rays do that anyway, but try to get the one run on the board for Matt Garza. To get somebody in a scoring position early here.
Bartlett with his lead. The pitch, a fastball, strike one.
Normally you don't like to give up outs early in a game like that by bunting. That's not what Joe Madden did. There was no bunt on there, but if Bartlett can steal, we'll see. Maybe he can. He's in the game, so assuming if you're in the game playing, you're good enough to run the bases.
Hernandez fouls it, and he's done a great job of that this year and last year. Bartlett, if he is 100%, then he's very much a threat on the bases to steal second and third. He's 5 of 6 in the steal department this year.
It may be a situation where Jason just is in a situation where he does more of a run and hit tonight rather than just a straight steal. Gets put in motion where the hitter has to put the ball in play.
And a little looper up the right side. That's going to be a foul ball, however. Well, we take that too.
Absolutely, a bloop and a blast. Infield chopper and a blooper. The Rays, in all honesty, they saw some of that against them too. In that recent series by the Twins. The last thing you want is Jason to get hurt in this game 1 and be out for the rest of the series. So you may not see as much running in this game from him.
Pitch away. 1-2.
And Contreras behind the plate. A little bit long with his throwing action too. He's not known as a great defensive catcher as far as the throwing game and the quickness is concerned, getting the ball down there.
And there's a ball high. So that squares it at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Now normally this might be a count where you'd see Jason go 2-2. Josh Beckett trying to make it happen right here with the number 9 hitter, meaning, he doesn't want to pick around the plate here. He wants to make it happen with a strike. That's exactly what Beckett's thinking too. This is like what I said earlier. It's more of a run and hit here where you're gambling if you do go that it's a strike and Michel Hernandez can put it in play. It's not necessarily a straight steal here if Jason does go.
Stays put, and a breaking ball, and that's in there for strike 3 call. Very good breaking ball here to get Michel Hernandez for the first out. Beckett's 5th strikeout already.
Yeah, and the thing about it is you look at the strikeouts tonight. Fastballs, paint, curveball, paint, fastball again, and then this one, curveball. Buckled him right there a couple of times, a knee buckler. Michel's looking fastball, thinking, I'm going to get a fastball. He's going to drop the curveball on me. And that was a slide step curveball, which is important to note that he will throw curveballs when he goes quick to the plate. If you're a base stealer, you got to note that. And a hitter, especially, you got to note that.
Curveball outside to start Upton. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, that's something that it's smart to do if you're a pitcher, because hitters and opposing benches pick that up in a minute.
Big time. A lot of guys that slide step, go quick to the plate, they're throwing hard stuff, fastballs. Not Josh Beckett there. That was a slide step curveball.
Backhand at first, Jason Bartlett.
I just don't think you're going to see him go in this sequence here, because he got up to nothing. And Jason's probably not 100% coming out of the game yesterday.
And a curveball is over there for a strike. It's 1-1.
You got the good threat, though, that Josh Beckett's not convinced he won't go. And maybe that'll get a good pitch for B.J. Upton to hit. Maybe he gets a good fastball and he can square it up.
He took a rip right there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. B.J. tried to get it out front.
Yeah, he's trying to be aggressive, knowing he's probably going to get some fastballs early in the count. And that one that had that movement you were talking about that Josh Beckett had last time the Rays saw him. Just ran in on his hands.
1 on, 1 out. It's inside. It's 2-2. Well, here's a situation where we talked in the pregame where the Rays want to force the issue, but with Bartlett coming out of the game early last night, their hands are tied a little bit here.
Yeah, I just don't think you can right here. Normally, I think 100% of the time he'd be going on this 2-2 pitch.
Staying again, a little tap, third base side, going to be tough. Beckett with a wide throw to first, an infield hit. Bartlett moves into second on Upton's infield hit. Well, the Rays will take a couple of these to try to build an inning.
Yeah, you keep grinding out the at-bats, and this is liable to happen, and DJ did. He got a piece of this right here, put it in play, got it in a good spot. Beckett, once he had to throw the submarine style, he had no chance to get the speed of B.J. Upton. Couldn't get anything on the ball.
So the Rays have 2 men on with 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd. Here's an opportunity. Terry Francona, the Boston manager, looking on from the dugout. Carl bounced to the second baseman Pedroia in the first inning. Hitting .281 for the year. And he takes a pitch away.
Not bad numbers versus Josh Beckett, with the exception of the 9 strikeouts and 25 at-bats, but the 7 hits and 280, you take that for this type of pitcher. As dominant as he can be.
One of those hits, a double, came opening day when he pitched against the Rays, and Crawford picked up a 2-base hit off him. It's high. Fastball. 2-0.
Early in the count, trying to stay away from Carl Crawford. You know, with the left-hand hitter up there, notice Julio Lugo is really pinching Jason Bartlett up the middle. There's a nice hole there between short and third base.
And that's a hole Crawford uses occasionally. He takes a strike. It came in, and the count is 2-1.
I think Carl would like to take a shot at that hole right there on the left side. There it is. Pretty big hole right there. Go right through there. It's the 5.5 hole. As Tony Gwynn used to say. Made a living doing that.
And he takes it down. It's 3 balls and a strike.
I think you just let Carl hit now. No running here again. Just let him get a good pitch to hit. If he doesn't like it, go to 3-2.
Couple of infield hits by Bartlett and Upton. First and second, 1 out. 3-1 to Crawford. And the pitch is ball 4. So the first walk given up. The bases are loaded. 1 out. Evan Longoria is coming to the plate.
"21 pitches this inning for Josh Beckett, 53 in all. Coming into this inning, he had 32 pitches, 21 for strikes.
Longoria drove one to deep left center his first time. He sent Bay back right in front of the 370 marker. Here's the pitch. And it's a breaking ball, and he lays off. Down and away. 1 ball, no strikes.
Catcher George Contreras is giving outside signs in case people see him tapping right there, doing some taps, giving inside and outside signs, just so nothing is given away to the runner at second base.
Wave and a miss.
Inside could be the pitch, and outside could be the location, depending on where he taps first or last. Also, sometimes you do outside signs for pitchers that can't see and that well in certain light. The taps. I used to like to decode this stuff. It may take me a couple innings.
That's really the game inside the game.
It is, and now Josh Beckett didn't like what George was calling. So I think the outside taps are actually what the pitch is.
The 1-1. Breaking ball. It stayed in. It's 2 balls and a strike.
Those sneaky catchers, you know. They're always worried about spies everywhere.
Yeah, there are a couple of those from the fraternity.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it is, too. It's a big fraternity if you ever caught.
2-1 now. And a base hit into right center field. Bartlett will score. Upton's on his way to the plate. Crawford hitting third. They're going to wave him home. He will score. It's a double for Evan Longoria. The Rays lead 3-0. Evan Longoria takes a 2-1 pitch and lines it into right center field to put the Rays out in front.
That's why you got to watch Inside the Rays tonight. See how he learned that at such a young age. Take a look at this pitch. And better piece of hit. Now, the difference with that one, it was up a little bit. It was away, but it was about belt high. And Longoria did, as we say, didn't try to do too much with it. He just took what Josh Beckett gave him, and he gave him an outside belt high fastball. He shoots it into right center field to clear the bases. And boy, is that huge tonight against the Boston Red Sox with Beckett on the mound. Put up a 3-spot.
Very big. Longoria at second. That gives him 23 runs batted in. And now Carlos Pena up here. The 11th double of the year for Longoria. Carlos taps it foul. That's a strike. Well, Longoria can be so calm up there. You can see Beckett in that situation thinking he might actually get a ground ball to get a double play ball, but that pitch was up.
Yeah, he was trying to stay away from Longoria, respecting his power, and if he got it down, he was hoping to get a little ground ball to second. But he got it up belt high where Evan could square it up and shoot it in the gap.
Pitch inside to Pena. The Rays with 3 runs, 3 hits and a walk in this inning, 4 hits in the game of Beckett.
That quickly gives Evan Longoria 23 RBIs this year. 5 home runs to go with that.
And Pena starts to go. Laid off. The appeal down to Marty Foster, and he says he held up. 2-1.
Carlos was thinking fastball because he chased one at 96 miles an hour in his first at bat. He was trying to cheat a little bit. Still was able to hold up on the off speed. Breaking time.
jump away from second base, and Beckett steps back off the rubber. They have the shift on, and Lugo is on the first base side of second.
Who Pedroia is. There he is. He's in your screen. There he is, right here. There he is. That's Pedroia.
Time call. Yeah, where he is, you know, some ballparks where they had grass, they used to grow it so high, he could get lost in that tall grass out there.
Remember the ballparks? They would have a little lip and they kind of go down.
Yeah.
Sink down a little bit.
You couldn't see it from the dugout.
From the dugout, you couldn't see guys. That's right. We've been around too long, haven't we?
2-1 now. Pena fouls it straight back out of play. So the count is square, 2-2.
He got what he was looking for. He had a good cut at it, too.
Pena does have a career home run off Beckett. He has 3 career hits off him. One of them a double and the other one a home run. And he's 2-2 with him right now. Beckett takes a little time, and Carlos will take time. Granted by Marvin Hudson, the plate umpire.
29 pitches.
How about that?
Yeah.
This will be his 30th pitch of the inning. And a foul ball off the foot of Carlos Pena. So Carlos will try to limp that one off.
Remind me of Jermaine Dye last homestand.
Yes.
Let's take a look. Ball is down. Oh, it definitely got him off the right shoe top. Trying to turn on it right there. Those are fun. That'll swell up a little bit.
1 out. Runner at second. 3 runs home for the Rays. Now the 2-2, and he got him that time. That's a strike. Strikeout number 6 for Beckett. That'll be the second out of the inning.
Take a look from the center field shot right here. Yeah, that might have bit the plate. Yeah, I think it did cross the plate on the inside corner. It's a pretty good pitch. Tough pitch to take. I mean, it's a tough pitch to hit as well. Carlos thought it was in, but the center field camera shot showed it across the plate. But that's paint right there.
Well, here's Pat Burrell. That base hit to left his first time. He's trying to pick up an RBI, and a base hit into right. Longoria is going to be waved around. The throw by Drew is not in time, and Burrell drives in the run. Pat Burrell with an RBI single into right. It's 4-0.
We talked about Pat Burrell being a streaky type hitter, and that's what he was in the National League with the Phillies, and he's getting hot now, and they need him at this time big with 2 outs. Gets a fastball up, and he just shoots it into right field as well. Both big RBI hits now to right field. And Evan Longoria off on a swing of the bat. Contact with 2 outs. Is able to score.
Well, Pat Burrell, with his veteran presence here, not only with a couple of hits, and he picks up a big 2-out RBI there, but he's one of these guys who didn't come over here to see this team get off to an 8-14 start.
No, I know he didn't, and I'm curious to hear what he said on the road trip.
Yes.
Was there some vocality going on there?
Yeah, he was not happy with what he was seeing. So a couple of the guys who've been vocal in Bartlett Juarez, the guy who started this inning with that infield hit, playing despite maybe being a little banged up. Pat Burrell has 2 hits tonight, driving in a run. 1-0 the count to Gabe Gross.
You know, I asked Joe Madden the other day about team meetings. And as you know, he's not big on team meetings. But sometimes when the players have enough, it means a lot more when you hear it from teammates, especially some veteran guys. And I could see Pat Burrell being a big part of that here. Especially a guy that has the ring.
Yeah, he's got the supersized ring.
Yeah, the big one.
This one is down 3-0.
But, the offense going, that's what we were talking about in the pregame show and at the top, and what Joe Madden was talking about. Get some hits, runners in scoring positions, grinding these at-bats out. The bats will come around. And your key guys, your 3 and your 5 hitters have done it tonight.
There's a strike to Gross, 3-1.
Long way to go, though, so you got to just grind these games out.
And you've got to add on. That's the one thing. You got to get those leadoff guys on and get out there. But boy, especially against this team, you've got to continue to tack on runs. Gross takes ball 4 inside. So Burrell goes to second, and Gross draws the walk. Hunter Jones is up in the bullpen as the innings progresses here in the third. Hockey will be the 9th man to come to the plate for the Rays. And the pitch count, he's well over 30. He's closing in on 40 pitches. I've got him, I think, at 37 in this inning.
Yeah, he's got 69 overall.
Zaki, and a little tap foul. Strike 1. Well, this is a kind of inning, if you're Joe Madden, you've really got to like with his hitters. They've worked some counts. They've got some key clutch hits. Started with a couple of infield hits.
And Carl Crawford's at bat was very key. He was very patient to draw his walk. Some pitches that were close that he could have taken a shot at. But he made sure, because he got the count in his favor, that he got a good pitch to hit, and he let it go, and he got a ball 4 out of it.
This next pitch to Aki will be the 40th pitch of the inning by Josh Beckett. And a breaking ball. He throws it for a strike. 1-2.
Would like nothing better than to get into that bullpen early in game 1 of a 4-game series against the Red Sox.
He takes it inside, a fastball. It's now 2-2.
Dave Francona's going, what happened to the guy that went out there last inning versus this inning? Well, struck out 5 of the first 9 batters and 3 hits and 2 walks since. A couple of those just little choppers and putting the ball in play, making some things happen with your speed guys.
Way wide there on a fastball, and the count is full. Well, this will give Gross and Burrell a running start, and that can make a difference here. Neither necessarily the fastest guys in town, and so you give them a couple of steps, they might be able to take a couple bases on a base hit.
And the Sox play a fairly deep outfield.
3-2, runners go, and a swing and a miss. Hockey missed the fastball to retire the side, but the Rays force Beckett to make over 40 pitches. Evan Longoria's 3-run double the big blow. Burrell's singled in a run, and the Rays lead 4-0.
disseminated without the express written consent of the Tampa Bay Rays.
Rays lead 4-0. We go to the fourth. Top of the order for Boston, Jacoby Ellsbury in the batter's box, in the first pitch for Matt Garza. That's in there for a strike as Ellsbury shortened up on the bat, drawing Longoria in. A strike to count.
That's important right there. After sitting so long, Matt Garza comes right out and throws strike one. Most important inning after you score a 4 spot, put up a 0. And the offense back in there swinging again.
Good to start with strike one. Fly ball lifted into short left. Carl Crawford is there and makes the catch. So that's the first out in the fourth. It's time now for our Aflac trivia question. Aflac, ask about it at work. Who is the youngest ALCS MVP? A couple of pretty good candidates. Big Papi on deck. I'm not sure he's the youngest anything.
No, I don't think so.
Here's Dustin Pedroia. Pitch is a strike. Pedroia bounced to the shortstop on a breaking ball in the first. That had some funky action on it.
That did. It was a high slider right there. Pedroia's thinking fastball as he normally does, and that thing backed up on him a little bit. And that's why it had that action you're talking about, swings underneath it. Got on top of it so much that it backed up a little bit and broke back in a little bit.
Hopper into short left toward the line. Crawford is there and makes the catch. The pitch got in on him. May have broken his bat. Crawford made the grab. 2 outs here. Don't forget, Rays fans, this year team up with the St. Petersburg Times, the local newspaper with one of the top 10 sports sections in the country. Subscribe by calling 877-THE-TIMES or visit TampaBay.com. Here's David Ortiz. He lifted a fly ball to Upton in center in the first. He strikes him with a breaking ball.
Wow,
all strikes.
All strikes this inning. Matt Garza's on a mission. You know, the reason I say it's so important when you score 4, no matter who it is, Red Sox, Royals, Twins, whoever, when you score 4, you pitcher got to go back out there and keep the momentum on your side by putting up a 0 and not giving anything back.
Ooh, pretty close with a fastball right there. And it's 1-1.
It sounded like a strike.
It sure did. I'll tell you.
Pitchers love that when the catchers can make those 4-seam fastballs pop like that. Where Shell Hernandez did that. And there is a technique to that, by the way, as you know.
Swing and a miss. 1-2. It's always good to have that going in the bullpen, you know, just for intimidation.
Absolutely, absolutely. The way you do it, you relax your glove a little bit and make sure just as you're receiving it, you kind of have a little give to it. And creates that nice little air pocket behind your hand in the glove, and pow, it pops like that. Makes a 94 fastball sound like it's 104. Or an 88 sound like it's 95. Maybe
that
more.
Might be more important there.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-2. Foul ball, fastball. That one in the mid-90s.
And that was 96 on the hands.
Top of the fourth, 2 outs, bases empty. Garza with 4 strikeouts tonight. He got 1 in the first, 2 in the second, another one in the third. 2 outs, bases empty in the fourth. 1-2 to Big Papi. Here it is. And it's pop foul. That's going to slice out of play. Back into the stands. Forcing another 1-2 pitch. He's thrown 10 pitches in this inning. 9 have been for strikes, and the one he missed with looked pretty good.
That looked like a strike to us up here. Of course, we're not down there, but didn't miss by much. He's got excellent command tonight. Really good mechanics and good focus. And the thing I was talking about at the top of the game tonight is command. I mean, cut those walks down. He's got too good of stuff there. The league doesn't touch him. I mean, they're only hitting 205 coming in.
Ortiz backs out of the box, getting time.
Through the sequence again with Michelle Hernandez.
And the pitch. He struck him out. Came back with a slider to get him. Strikeout number 5, and 1, 2, 3 go the Red Sox for the 4th consecutive inning to start this game. Bottom half of the frame coming. It's 4-0. Back at Tropicana Field, Jason Bartlett, who opened the 3rd, will begin the 4th inning, and he takes a fastball for a strike. Josh Beckett out there after a 43-pitch 3rd inning. Rays scored 4 times in the frame and left a couple of men on base. And a ground ball headed to short. Lugo up with it and a throw to first, and you can see Bartlett going down the line is not 100%.
Yeah, and he did the right thing. Just take his time out of the box and make sure he had nice even strides. Don't tax himself too much.
Time for the answer to our Aflac trivia question. Aflac, ask about it at work. Who is the youngest ALCS MVP? You're getting a good look at him tonight. Aflac. Matt Garza. Here's Hernandez and a long drive deep to left. Gone! Michelle Hernandez on the first pitch turns it around. It's 5-0 Tampa Bay. Hernandez got hold of that one. Hernandez greeted by his teammates there in the Rays dugout.
Boy, he got a high fastball, and he turned on it. And why not? You're hitting 9, look for number 1 and jump on it.
His first big league home run on the first pitch in this at bat. And the Rays lead 5-0.
Well, that'll earn you another start. Besides the game he's catching behind the plate with Matt Garza. You had a little pop once in a while. That's going to get you some playing time.
2 balls and a strike. Well, good for Michel Hernandez, the 30-year-old catcher. He'd had a little playing time with the Yankees back in 03 and was in a handful of games for the Rays last year. He had been playing professionally since '98, all of that in the minor leagues, except for those 2 times, and now this season that we mentioned. And he just got his first big league home run.
He's got to get that ball back somehow and give that fan up there a bat or something. That's special. They can't take that away from you now, Michelle. You got it.
Ground ball. That's a fair ball. Struck between Lowell and the bag and down into the left field corner. Upton on his way to second, in there standing with a double. BJ's 3rd double of the year.
You know, one thing BJ's doing tonight is he's going to swing his way out of that slump. He's getting some pitches that he likes. He's turning on it. He got a breaking ball that time, and a lot of times he might take that pitch, but he said, you know what, I'm going to jump on that. And overall, what I see from this game versus Beckett against the Rays in Boston is they're swinging at that first good pitch they see, where in Boston they were working the count, and Beckett was so dominant with his command that he only ended up with 2 hits off of him. They were behind the count too much. Tonight, a different story.
It's Carl Crawford. Crawford loops one into left. That's going to be misplayed by Bay. Thought he could catch it, couldn't catch up to it. Upton will score, and Crawford heads into second, and the Rays tack on their 6th run of the game. Crawford, a soft looping liner into left, and Bay gambled on it. Thought he could catch it, couldn't, and the Rays have another run.
And that's what I'm talking about. I mean, first pitch, jump on it. If you like it and it's a hanger, do it, and that Carl Crawford did. See it and hit it and drops it into left field. Bay was kind of in between on that one, whether to dive or not. Thought he could backhand it, and really probably should have had it. Didn't track it into the glove, got it off the tip, but Carl Crawford will take it.
Now the Rays make it 6-0. Crawford will get credit for a double, his 5th of the year, and a run batted in. Evan Longoria is in the batter's box. There goes Crawford headed to third, and the throw is not in time. Crawford steals his 9th base.
No chance right there. Carl Crawford, he's gone. Contreras, nothing on the throw right there as he stood straight up to toss the ball down to third. You got to go right through the hitter right there and use your feet to get some power behind it.
Infield in, and Longoria misses a breaking ball. 1-1.
Yeah, he had a little free swing there, and Evan thought he'd try to turn on one, hit one out. Now with the infield in, I'm sure he's just going to try to get the RBI, go up the middle if he can, go the other way again. At least put it in the air.
And a breaking ball. He's behind 1-2.
Never have too much against Boston.
That's exactly right.
One of the reasons Carl Crawford stole third there. This team has come back too many times, especially with the ball club they put together since Terry Francona's been there.
Breaking ball, fouled. Tom Foley makes the pickup in the coaching box at third. Foley still with those very good hands of an infielder.
Folk could do that.
Yes.
I used to hit fungos to him. We were together in Montreal for 1 year. I was the bench coach.
He made that young fan happy.
He was my special guy. I took that fungo and tried to hit him past him so hard, and he could pick it. Super guy.
1-2. There's a line drive, but right at Lugo, who is in at short. So Longoria hit it hard, but right at the shortstop, Julio Lugo.
Good adjustment, though, by Longoria right there. I mean, right at Lugo. Put him to his knees.
Yeah, Lugo wasn't sure he wanted any part of that one or not.
And I like that Evans upset at himself because he had a chance for RBI there, and you know he knows that number one, there's never enough runs, but number two, a couple of those swings he pulled off the ball on and got himself in a hole there with 2 strikes.
There's Carlos Pena against the shift. Takes a fastball too close. Carlos called out on a pitch in there that caught the corner his last time. Now he's trying to pick up a run batted in with 2 outs and add to the 6-run lead. Pitch dropped down and in, and he did not offer.
See, the one thing about the Red Sox, and the reason that last run is important, and every run is because the Red Sox came back against the Yankees last weekend and ended up sweeping them. They were down against A.J. Burnett, 6-0, 6-1, 6-5, and all of a sudden they lose a game that they scored 13 runs, no, 16 runs that day.
Well, and as we mentioned before, the Rays have 6 runs. Well, the Red Sox are averaging 6 runs a game.
Right. Now Garza's on his game, and things are looking good. But boy, you got a chance to add on and put them away. You put them away. Take no prisoners when you can.
3-0 the count to Pena.
But really, that's the mentality you've got to have in all games, but especially against the Red Sox when you get them down. You gotta bury them if you can. You give them saw that last year in the postseason.
Yep.
Against this Red Sox team, up 3 games to 1.
Beckett and Pena are trying to outweight each other here now. Beckett went behind the mound. He went in front of the mound. Pena is stepping out. 3-0 the count. And there's ball 4. So Pena goes to first, having drawn the walk. John Farrell, the pitching coach, headed to the mound. First and third for the Rays with a couple runs home. Pat Burrell due up. Pat 2 for 2, including a run batted in the third. Be sure and stop into your local Hess Express to pick up the 09 Rays pocket schedule that includes a $5 off coupon for a pair of tickets to see the Rays on Saturday nights here at Tropicana Field. Hess Express, a presenting partner of the Rays 2009 Summer Concert Series. And here's Pat Burrell, doing .275 for the year. Pitch is in there, a strike. Bottom of the 4th. Couple of long innings here for Beckett. Breaking ball, and it's lined again to Lugo at shortstop to retire the side. Hernandez started with the home run, his first in the big leagues. Crawford doubled home Upton, and at the end of 4, the Rays
The 5th inning, there's going to be a new look to the Rays jersey tomorrow. This is going to be the look for the rest of the year for the home Sunday games, guys. It's the alternate jersey. It's called a Rays blue. It's a combination of navy and royal blue. It's got a little bigger sunburst than are on their current uniforms at home or on the road. It's also got the Columbia blue piping. And don't forget, Longoria inside the Rays after the game. I've got Evans' jersey that he's going to wear tomorrow and the remainder of the Sunday home games. It's a very light material. It's a cool base material, good for warmer temperatures. Even though it's air conditioned here, it's always good to have some light material when you're down in Florida. Guys, back to you.
All right, Todd, you just missed a tray of refreshments that went by in your left corner. Follow that, would you?
Looked pretty good, too.
1 strike to count to Euclid leading off the 5th, and there's another strike, 0-2. Hey, there you go. Another like fun and refreshments at the old ballpark.
Very
there you
nice.
go. Todd's after it. Way to go.
He is. You're the advanced scout up here.
Swing and a miss. Euclid is out on strikes. Strikeout number 6 for Garza. 1 away in the 5th. Let's take a peek at the standings in the American League East. Boston starting the day in first place by percentage points, and now Toronto has dropped a game, so the Red Sox at the moment have a half-game lead on Toronto. The Yankees follow, and then the Orioles and the Rays. Rays 8-14. J.D. Drew, and the first pitch is inside. 1 ball, no strikes.
People will ask all the time, and say it's early, but when you're playing the Red Sox as hot as they are, you got a 4-game series, you're coming back home after a difficult road trip. Winning a series now becomes important.
Drew fouls it out of play. The Red Sox have won 12 of their last 13. Hey, they're 10-2 at home. The Rays opened by winning 2 out of 3 up there.
That's right.
And that's it. Those are the only games they lost at home. They're 10-2 at Fenway. Winners in 12 of their last 13. The 1-1. Movement outside and low. The Rays have the shift on for J.D. Drew as well. Longoria, the lone man on the left side, with Bartlett, Imamura, and Pena all on the right side of the infield.
The biggest thing is break it down into small increments. When you come off to a little bit of a tough start here, 6 games under 500, let's just start winning series. 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4, 2 out of 3.
That's a strike. 2-2.
An occasional sweep is nice. All of a sudden you're back to 500, and then you start taking off. But if you play 600 ball in Major League Baseball, you break it into small increments, you're going to win a division. If you play above 600 ball, you're definitely going to win a division. 597, 600, you're going to win for sure.
2, and it's wide. Full count now to Drew. He went 3-2 with Kataris, the catcher, and struck him out on a fastball up. So this is the second 3-2 count he's had tonight, with 1 out in the 5th inning.
Right back up the ladder again on him. 6-0 lead for that good fastball up in his hands.
And he pops him up. Foul ball. That's going to carry out a play. Then we'll see another one. Garza with 6 strikeouts tonight. There's at least 1 in each of the first 5 innings now. Struck out 2 in the second. Three-2 and another foul ball out of play. So Drew, who went out on 3 pitches the first time, battles Garza here with a 3-2 count in the 5th. bounces this one foul up the first base side. So it's an 8-pitch at bat here so far for J.D. Drew.
Now, that's what J.D. normally does. He works the count extremely well. That's why Theo Epstein wanted him and got him as a free agent. He likes guys that work the count. J.D.'s making Matt Garza work right now.
And a pop-up. Will this one stay playable? Hernandez back to the screen, and it's out of play. So the battle will continue at least for one more pitch.
J.D. Drew's one of those guys that has such a good eye, and especially when he was out in Los Angeles, you see him take a 3-2 pitch for strike 3 more often than not. And he might be right. It might be a 2 inches outside, but the umpire, it's good enough for him. If the catcher frames it right, you can get that outside corner. He very rarely chases.
The 3-2 pitch for the 5th time. And a ground ball headed out to Bartlett. The throw to first in time. So in the shift, the shortstop Bartlett handles that ground ball at the normal second base spot. 2 outs here in the 5th. Sign up at Cain's Furniture for a chance to meet one of your favorite Rays players. And if Rays pitchers come up with 10 strikeouts in a home game, log on to CainStrikeoutContest.com. Print a voucher that can be redeemed at Cain's for a free Papa John's pizza. Get to Cain's today. 2 outs in the 5th. 6 strikeouts for Garza tonight. Here's Jason Bay out on strikes. He looked at a fastball back in the 2nd inning. There's ball 1 to start him this time around.
Another guy that works the count. 23 walks already. Leads baseball.
There's a strike, a fastball, and it's 1-1. Garza has been right on tonight. Trying to drop this one in there, and it's a little low. 2 balls and a strike. He's mixed the slider and the curve to go with the fastball.
He really has. I mean, he's established the fastball all night long, but off of that, he's shown a variety of sliders and good curveballs, especially the curveball to left-handed hitters.
2-1. Foul ball straight back and into the upper deck. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Garza with a little stroll behind the mound after the rosin bag, and we've been focused all night. Trying to keep that focus here. 2 outs in the 5th. To Jason Bay. Oh, he just missed. He thought he might have had the inside corner with that fastball. And a full count. Here's another look.
Take a look from the center field shot just off the inside corner. It was in. It was in when you look at that shot. I think as well as Garza is throwing, and as much command as he has tonight, if it's a little bit closer, he gets the call. He gets the edge. Too much in off the inside corner.
3-2. And a foul. Fastball. 19 pitches in this inning, and he's had some very crisp innings. 13 pitches, 11 pitches, 13, 11 again. 19 this time.
Umpires are like anybody else. I mean, they know he's on his game, so you're going to get the edge a little bit because you're expecting strikes. And you see a guy have that much command tonight.
3-2, got him. Strike 3 call. Bay out on strikes to retire the side. 7 strikeouts for Garza. 1, 2, 3 again. Go the Red Sox for the 5th straight time. Bottom of the 5th coming. They lead 6-0 going into the bottom of the 5th, and every Sunday is Family Fun Day, presented by the St. Petersburg Times. Pick up an outfield ticket, a Pepsi product, and snack, starting at just $25. This Sunday, the Rays take on this same Boston Red Sox team. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or visit RaysBaseball.com to get your tickets. Sunday, it'll be James Shields against Brad Penny. Gabe Gross leads off the Rays half of the 5th, fouling the pitch out of play. Strike one. Gross has struck out and walked.
Josh Beckett comes into this inning with his 96th pitch. Terry Francona would like to get at least 5 out of him. Not to go into that bullpen this early. That's why he's back out there.
0-2. The Rays scored 4 times in the 3rd and added a couple in the 4th. And if they were able to push the issue a little bit more, he might have been gone in either of those 2 innings.
Yeah, Josh had such good command the first 2 innings.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
A couple little infield hits got the inning going there in the 3rd, and then I thought the real key at bat was Carl Crawford being very patient, taking a walk to set up Longoria's double.
Yeah, he took some pretty good pitches.
He did.
In that at bat. Popped up. That's back. Going to be fouled and out of play. Count is still 1-2.
It's obvious that Longoria's hit was huge. I mean, you got to give him all the credit in the world for that. But I thought the walk to put it bases loaded 1 out and being patient when he had a big hole in the left side, it was really huge right there.
Longoria followed with a double into right center. Evan with 3 runs batted in tonight. Crawford doubled in a run in the 4th. Earl singled 1 home in the 3rd. And Michel Hernandez picked up his first big league home run in the 4th inning, accounting for all 6 of the Rays' runs. They're in the bottom of the 5th. It's a 2-2 count. Here's Hernandez catching Garza tonight. And now full count. Breaking ball there, missed. It's 3-2. Beckett with 101 pitches right now. High fly ball, left center field. Ellsbury tracking it, so's Bay, and it's going to be Bay to make the grab. That's the first out. The Rays got 3 on this double by Evan Longoria. That started the scoring in the 3rd. Pat Burrell's base hit to right scored Longoria to make it 4-0, and then Michel Hernandez hit a solo homer in the 4th. Upton followed with a double, and then Crawford doubled into left, scoring BJ to make it a 6-0 game. Here's Akinori Iwamura taking a pitch too low. 1 ball, no strikes.
I thought Gabe Gross has had a couple of good at-bats, even though he's got nothing to show for it tonight. He just missed that one, that fly out.
Aki into left, and that's going to drop in there and be kicked away by Bay. Aki's on his way to second with a hit. That ball sinking on Bay out there, and he was unsure on that one as he was on the ball that Crawford hit out there.
Didn't the Red Sox have a left fielder that used to do that? I think they did. Didn't they have a left fielder that... I'm kidding. Jason's a pretty good outfielder, but he's had a little trouble here in the dome. He was unsure whether to let that one bounce in front or try to make a play for it. And if you're going to make a play, go ahead and dive. Otherwise, keep it in front for a single.
So it's a double for Aki. No error charge. Aki will get his 8th double of the year.
Yeah. Manny's doing that in L.A. now in left field, but the difference is Manny's hitting about 360. The Dodger fans don't care.
Yep. As long as you drive in more than you let in. Breaking ball strike to Bartlett. Oh, 1 count.
All these base runners, what that does is let the Rays have that lineup turnover I like to talk about. I mean, through 5 innings, everybody's going to end up having 3 at bats. So BJ Upton will end up having at least 5 at bats tonight, probably.
Foul ball, 1-2. We mentioned the pitch count on Beckett mounting up in the 5th inning. He threw 5 innings in his last outing against the Yankees, gave up 8 runs and threw 116 pitches in that one.
Yeah, I really believe, Terry Francona would like to get him through this inning, but I can't see him going much deeper than this. And the bullpen will get up once again for the Boston Red Sox. Hunter Jones had been up a couple of times already.
We've got him at 107 pitches right now. So he's getting down to the point where he may or may not make it through the 5th, depending on how it stacks up.
Correct.
2-2 now to Bartlett.
He really doesn't have the command at all. There's Hunter Jones one more time. Red Sox free agent out of Florida State. Hunter Jones. Had 3 appearances already.
2-2, and Bartlett did go. He's out on strikes. He couldn't check on the breaking ball. So 2 away. And the catcher, Michel Hernandez, will hit on the heels of his first big league home run. At second, 2 away. Breaking ball stayed up. 1-0. He jumped on the first pitch he saw the last time up and hit it out.
Yeah, he got a fastball. Beckett was trying to go away and down, and he missed up and in, and Hernandez was ready for it. So this time up, a little respect already shown by Josh Beckett. He throws a curveball for a ball first pitch.
And this one up the right side. If that's fair, that's going to be trouble, but it's foul by a few feet. Hernandez making a bid for at least another run batted in and maybe a double there, but it was foul. The count is 1-1.
Couple of curveballs by Josh Beckett.
Well, he's proved he can hit that fastball.
He did. He turned on it.
You got him looking on strikes with a curveball in the 3rd. Then he throws him another one in for a strike. 1-2.
Josh is underneath the curveball, has been the last couple of innings, getting out a little bit too soon. Almost a little push to it. That's not his real good curve. That kind of backed up on him too. A lot of fatigue already. Should be, because he's had some really tough innings in 3rd and 4th.
43 pitches in the 3rd inning. And a line drive, base hit into left field. Here comes Aki around 3rd. He's going to score. Well, if you throw enough of him, he's going to hit one, and Hernandez drives in the run on a breaking ball there.
Yeah, that's the rolling curveball we're talking about here. Just got underneath it. It's not a whole lot of snap to it. In fact, he missed middle in, and Hernandez just shoots it into left field. Nice short swing in contact mode there, and gets an RBI single, and that's it. And should be for Josh Beckett.
Well, Terry Francona comes out. So Beckett has his shortest outing of the year in terms of innings. 4 2/3. Red Sox make a 2/3. Given up 7 runs so far, responsible for a man on as he departs. 10 hits, he struck out 8 and walked 3. The Rays will see a left-hander, 25-year-old Hunter Jones. He's out of Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. Makes his 4th appearance. And faces B.J. Upton with Hernandez at first. The pitch is in there, a called strike.
Yeah, Hunter Jones will top out anywhere from 86 to 91. Curveball, slider, changeup he calls the Fosh.
And a high fly ball, left center. Ellsbury's going to make the catch to retire the side. The Rays add a run, couple of hits, and they leave a man. We're through 5, 7-0 Rays. Lead as we move into the 6th inning. Send Rays pitcher Matt Garza to your child's school with Take Matt to Class contest. Presented by Metro PCS. You can sign up at any Bay Area Metro PCS location or at guest services here at Tropicana Field for a chance to take Matt to your kid's school. Matt with a look into that cap. He has some inspirational messages in there just to remind him to stay focused. Mike Lowell will be the first man he faces here in the 6th. You saw his line. It just doesn't get any better than that. The pitch to Lowell is a strike on the outside corner, a fastball.
Well, he's shown he's around the plate. That's what I was talking about last inning. Lowell's not happy with it, but you know, when you're showing you have great command tonight, you're going to get a little edge on the corners. Umpires expecting a strike, and they'll call it.
An 0-1 count. Foul ball, runs it to nothing at 2. So Garza, who's retired the side in order in the first 5 innings, his, if you want to call it his toughest inning, was the 5th. When he made 20 pitches and he had back-to-back 3-2 counts on Drew and Bay. Finally got Drew on a ground ball, and then he struck out Bay. He threw him a 3-2 slider to get him looking. That was a heck of a pitch. 0-2 the count here to Lowell. Bounces a fastball foul.
Yeah, Bay's had a tough night all the way around. Struck out looking twice and a couple fly balls that I don't know if he's just not seeing the lights here at the Trop, because he's a better outfielder than that. Just not reading the ball well here. Both balls that he's had a chance at it gone for doubles.
Garza ready with the 0-2 delivery. And a bouncing ball to short. Bartlett with the throw to first. One away in the sixth. Corona Beach Bar hosts 75 or more people in an exclusive setting during a Rays game. Reserve the Corona Beach Bar by calling 727-825-3406 or email groupsales@raysbaseball.com. They're getting a treat in the Corona Beach Bar, and by what they're seeing here in this performance by Matt Garza. Here's the catcher, George Kataris. And there's a breaking ball dropping in. First pitch strike.
Oh, he's had command of all three of his major pitches. That was a curveball 75. His sliders at anywhere from 87 to 88. His fastball's been topping out at 96 a couple times, but command.
And the fastball is fouled back. He just challenged him there. He got him with a fastball up back in the third. He's ahead of him, 2 strikes here.
And just went up the ladder on him to do that. Meaning just go a little bit higher than the last fastball, go above his hand, see if he'll chase again.
1 out, base is empty. The 0-2. He got him. He's out on strikes, and he chose the slider that time, and boy, he didn't have a chance on that slider. 2 gone.
Yeah, let's take a look at Matt Garza's strikeouts tonight. A variety of pitches. Slider, fastball, power fastball, up in the zone right there, 95, 96. Down in the zone with the slider. 2 seamers. Curveball, sliders. That was a slider right there to Bay. And that's a slider down and into the back leg of George Kataris. He's got it all going tonight.
Here's Julio Lugo. And a bouncing ball to third. Longoria has it. And again, the Red Sox go down in order for the 6th straight time. It's a 1-2-3 inning. 18 straight retired by Garza. Bottom of the 6th coming, 7-0 Rays. Point. He's doing the catching and has his first career home run in the big leagues to boot.
Well, I think he's going to get another start behind the plate with Matt Garza, too, for his defense and his offense.
A couple of defensive changes for Boston. We'll get to those in a moment. Carl Crawford leads off, and the pitch is wide. Jeff Bailey takes over at first base, replacing Euclid. And Dick Green is in the game. Former Ray. He's over at third base, replacing Mike Lowell. Hunter Jones on the mound. Pitch is a strike. Beckett worked 4 2/3, charged with 7 runs and 10 hits. He made 113 pitches tonight. A ball, 2 strikes. Burns and Hickey. Foul ball. 1-2. Kevin, how'd you like to be Jim Hickey right now, trying to keep Garza
under control?
Under control.
I just say let him do whatever he's doing. It's working. Just let him go back. Leave him alone.
Keep on doing what he's doing.
Yeah. It looked like he's asking though, how to pitch this guy. What do we do next time with this guy?
2-2 here. The count to Carl Crawford.
He's got
Stay down there by yourself.
Yeah, and you will at this point. We know why.
2-2.
Oh
boy. The Rays coming home after a disappointing road trip, really in need of a statement, and they're trying to make it tonight. And so far, they've done a great job.
Well, you're not kidding. Very impressive.
Crawford, a little tap back to the hill. Jones halfway to first, and the toss to Bailey. 1 out in the Rays' half of the inning. Here's Evan. Evan snapped a scoreless tie in the third when he doubled in 3. Lined a 2-base hit into right center field with the bases loaded in the third inning. Pitch down around his foot. Ball 1.
Hunter Jones listed at 6'4" and 235 pounds. Not a real hard thrower, but last year in Pawtucket AAA, he had 50 strikeouts and only 14 walks in 50 2/3 innings. That's excellent ratio.
Pop back foul, carries out of play.
Had pretty good minor league numbers from the New York Penn League all the way up to the big leagues. ERA always in the 3s or less.
It's foul outside of third base, and Longoria will examine the bat to see if it's still in one piece. Yeah, Jones, as you mentioned, went to Florida State, went to high school, the Dyer High School over in the West Palm Beach area, and was a non-drafted player. 2-2, and has made his way up through the Boston farm system.
I was mentioning last inning that he throws that Foch splitter, and that's something that Al Nipper, who was pitching coach for me in Boston, used to teach the guys, and he puts his pressure on the index finger and his thumb and kind of fades the ball away to right-handers.
High fly ball deep into left center field, and this one will be more than fading away. That's out of here. Home run for Evan Longoria. That's number 6 for Evan, and it's 8-0. Longoria driving in his 4th run of the night, He has caught Carlos Pena in the RBI department as he drove that one out of here into deep left center field.
Yeah, that one did not fade away. That faded into his swing. That's a little breaking ball right into Evan's swing, and he waited back nicely, and I think he knew as soon as he screwed up, it was gone. We're getting a lot of off-speed pitches tonight, even from Josh Beckett. And Evan was all over it.
That shot for Alltel Wireless. There's a circle for everyone. Call 5, 10, or 20. 3 numbers on any network with My Circle exclusively from Alltel. Pitch down to Pena. 1-0. That ball hit the C-ring. Hit the C-ring here. That catwalk, second out from the stands, and has such a home run by the ground rules. Any fair ball hitting either of those back 2 catwalk rings would be a home run, and Evan just hit it right about there. One the count on Pena. There's a strike. 1-2. There's the flight of that thing.
Track it. Yep.
Wow. Ground ball right side, and that's going to slip through. Now they're still going to make a play at first, and he is safe. Pena went diving head first as Jones tried to get over there to take Pedroia's throw from the outfield. Base hit for Carlos.
There's one time Pedroia playing so deep it wasn't to his advantage, and Jones a little bit late getting over, but credit to Carlos Pena because he was busting his tail, smelling base hit all the way, and you got to take him when you can. And he's in there. Just instinct, isn't it? Going head first into first base when you're got a bang play. I mean, it's really faster running through it, but when you smell it like that, sometimes guys do that. I've done it myself.
You just instinctively do it, but it's actually going to slow your arrival at first. Now here's Pat Burrell. That's a strike. Pat's 2 out of 3 with a run batted in. A 1-1 count. 7 runs off Beckett, another run off Jones. Hickey might be the only guy who can approach him.
He's talking to him. More than once this inning.
1-2.
Deep in thought, locked in, focus. He knows what kind of game he's pitching, that's for sure. He's always had command from pitch 1 on everything.
It's inside to Pat Burrell, 2-2.
The thing with Matt Garza, he came into this game walking 14 men in 25 1/3 innings, and that's not him. We talked about it in the open, how he needed to cut down on that, and not only has he cut down, he's not walked anybody.
Cut down on everything.
Yeah, by everything.
Oh, strike 3 call to Burrell. That's the second out. 2 gone with a run home. Pena at first, and a reminder you can get in on the 09 Rays action with exclusive on-field seating with your group of 50 or more at the Checkers Bullpen Cafe. Available dates are going fast, so better act now to make your private group reservations right behind the Rays bullpen. Call 727-825-3406 or online at RaysBaseball.com. Gabe Gross pitches in there for a strike. Gabe walked in the third, otherwise 0 for 2.
And he had a pretty good at bat in the 5th. The 3-2 fastball hit a ball deep left center field. He squared it up pretty nicely.
Swings through a fastball. 0-2. Boston started the day in first in the AL East by percentage points ahead of the Blue Jays. Blue Jays have lost. So the Boston club up by a half game right now in the East. Foul ball into the screen. Still an 0-2 count. Oakland beat Texas 4-2. Toronto beaten by Kansas City 8-6. A couple of National League games going. Cardinals and the Washington Nationals tied 4-4 to the top of the 7th at Washington.
See,
1-2 here to Gross.
I think Kansas City is an interesting team this year in the Central. They're 12-10, but I think their offense is pretty good. Trey Hillman is proactive in some of the things he does. And how about the start Zach Greinke's had?
Finally gave up a run.
Yeah. Wow. 40 some odd innings.
And a foul. That's back and out of play. And those two guys from a couple of my favorite towns. Greinke from Apopka, Florida. And Hillman lives in Liberty Hill, Texas. Those are two fine communities right there. And those two are having a good year over in the American League Central.
Now, are those real small towns?
They are. They're relatively small. Liberty Hill's a little smaller than Apopka, but both great quality of life metropolises. The 1-2. Wave and a miss. Gross is out on strikes to retire the side. Rays going to run on the home run by Evan Longoria. A couple of hits and a man left. It's number 6 for Evan, and through 6, Rays lead 8-0. Our camera crews in the stands searching for the most creative sign showing your support for the Rays. So grab your markers and your poster board and your creativity and go to work. Best sign will be seen live on TV during our telecast, part of Kids Sunday on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida. 7th inning, it's Jacoby Ellsbury to lead off, and a breaking ball, curveball drops in there for a strike. Ellsbury has struck out swinging on a slider. and lifted a fly ball into left in the 4th inning. So he hits for the 3rd time here to lead off the 7th. Foul ball back, a fastball, 0-2.
That's how Matt's been all night. Strike 1, strike 2.
Well, he had that 20-pitch inning in the 5th, but he followed that up in the 6th, throwing only 8 pitches. So he's at 78 pitches right now. 2 pitches into the 7th.
He's only thrown 20 balls tonight. All night. Wow.
3-0-2. And a foul again on a baseball. Garza has been in a similar situation to this. Not exactly the same, but pretty close last June against the Florida Marlins. We'll see how this unfolds before we get too detailed on that one.
Right.
The 0-2. Oh, he started to go. A breaking ball outside, and it just stayed out there. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Ellsbury almost walked away like he thought he was going to be called on him with a swing at it. No, he held up. Take a look at the side. Yeah, he definitely held up. He was just happy he held up. There was a chance.
The 1-2. And again, this pitch down. 2-2. Got a slider with a little better break on it. Sharper break than the curveball. So he's 2-2 with it. And a ground ball back over the mound, charged by Bartlett. Bare hand throw to first, not in time. Oh, an infield hit, and that's the first hit of the ball game given up by Garza and the first base runner, and the fans are going to give Garza a standing ovation, and it's well deserved. Well, a little scratch hit. A scratch hit breaks up what could have been just a gem. It's still a gem, but how about that? Look at this.
Yeah, this is a good pitch. He jams him, saws him off on the handle, and Matt tried everything he did good to spare it. Bartlett did the same thing, everything he could do, but Ellsbury just runs down the line too well, and it had to be a speed guy and left-handed hitter to break up a no-hitter and perfect game.
He had faced 18 men and had retired 18 men. Here's Dustin Pedroia. And the pitch, a swing and a miss, a fastball by him. Well, here's a look at that little scratch hit over the mound to break up the no-hitter in the perfect game bid.
And Matt tries everything he can to come back and grab this thing. I mean, he just missed it by about 6 inches as it was. Because the ball wasn't hit hard. It was just a jam shot. And Matt does fall off toward the first base side and just couldn't quite get to it.
Up and in. Pedroia started to wade into that pitch and realized he didn't want much of that. So the count is 1-1. Well, last June 26th at Florida against the Marlins, Garza through 6 innings had allowed no hits and had faced the minimum number. In a little different situation, he had allowed a base runner in that stretch, but he was erased. There's the strike, and the count is 1-2. And then Hanley Ramirez led off the 7th of the home run, and that was the only hit he gave up. Cost his first career complete game, a 1-hitter. And he's got a 1-hitter now after retiring the first 18 men to face him before Ellsbury reached on the scratch infield hit. Ground ball second. Aki goes to Bartlett. First base in time. Double play. 4-6-3. Perspeck brings up Pedroia on the backside of the double play.
Yeah, but Pedroia didn't like the call, neither did Terry Francona. Nice quick turn right here by Bartlett, coming across the bag to get rid of it. Haney gives it a nice stretch. Take a look at Pedroia from that angle. Looked like he might have been there. And he was there. Here Francona has a good argument. John Hirschbeck, a veteran umpire. But, you know, I was saying this earlier, not to take anything away from the umpires, but they do, if you're having a nice, crisp game and you're playing well and things are flowing, they'll give you the edge.
Yeah, you get into the rhythm of that, don't you?
Absolutely.
Well, Pedroia appeared to beat it in. It's a double play.
They're human. I mean, it's just the flow of the game. I've been being a catcher all my life. You talk to umpires and they'll say, "Hey, boy, he's in his game tonight." We talk in between pitches, in between hitters. And I'll even I used to let umpires know, "Hey, he's locked in tonight. You're calling him quick, man. He's locked in. He's working fast. And he's locked in." About the third inning, you go, "Hey, you're right." And you get that flow. The umpire's getting the flow of the game too.
David Ortiz takes the pitch high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. This one is down. 2-0.
It's a huge start, though, for Garza and the ball club coming off a tough road trip to, at this point, shut down the Red Sox completely offensively, as hot as they've been swinging the bats. I mean, they're second in the league in hitting and 284. First in on-base percentage, 373 in the American League.
2-1, and that right there speaks to the job done by Garza tonight against this Boston club. The hottest team going, and they have been rolling offensively. And Matt Garza has just been outstanding.
Well, I'm never surprised, when Matt throws a game like this. I'm more surprised when he doesn't, actually.
Yep. Fouled away and out of play. It's 2-2. Meanwhile, the Angels are hitting in the 8th, tied with the Yankees in New York, 4-4. The Rays lead this one 8-0 in the top of the 7th inning. Well, these fans have been treated to a great performance. Ball 3, and the count is full.
Well, I guess I could say it now. I had the pleasure of managing a perfect game in Texas. It was Kenny Rogers about 6 days before the strike of '94, and same thing happened we saw last inning. Nobody talks to the starting pitcher. He's all down there by himself. Except Jim Hickey did go up to Matt last inning a couple times because it's a jinx thing. It's superstitious and all that.
3-2, and Ortiz, did he go? Nope, he held up. And so a walk, and Garza gives up his first base on ball, as well as the first hit of the evening here in the 7th.
Take a look at Big Papi from the side right there. He did hold up, barrel of the bat behind the hands. That's a good call. Worth asking for if you're Michelle Hernandez, though. Yeah, it's a special feeling. I mean, it's fun for everybody, the fans, players, to manage a game. See Kenny Rogers go out there and do that particular night, 1994. It's pretty special. Hard to do because of what we just saw. I mean, it's so hard to throw a no-hitter for that reason. I mean, a little blooper, a little infield hit, guy with good speed. You have to have impeccable command, and Garza has tonight. I mean, even the pitch he made on Ellsbury was a jam shot. It was a beautiful pitch.
Yeah, that was a great pitch, and you just hated to see.
Right.
You see the only hit come there. 1-1 the count to Jeff Bailey. And Garza scrambled after it. Bartlett scrambled after it. They did all they could.
Yeah, I mean, you almost rather see, I hate to say it, but a home run like Hanley Ramirez last year to break it up, but that's legit.
2 balls and a strike. Well, in that one-hitter Garza threw against the Marlins, he faced only 28 hitters.
That's incredible. I mean, he's going to win. I think he's going to win a Cy Young Award or two maybe before his career's done. He's just got that kind of stuff.
And the strike, 2-2. And the only guy I know of, and I'd have to check this, but Dave Justy pitched a one-hit shutout against the San Francisco Giants and faced only 27 hitters, I think. Cap Peterson got a base hit off him and then was erased on a double play.
I remember those names. Didn't Justy get off to like an 8-0, 9-0 start that year?
2-2, check swing and a foul ball.
Well, I remember listening as a kid to Sandy Koufax's perfect game. I was
against the Cubs.
Against the Cubs, and I was supposed to be in bed asleep. That's a great. And Henley threw a one-hitter.
Yes, he did.
In those days, the game started at 8 o'clock, and I listened to the transistor radio with the earpiece in my ear, and I had to get up about the 8th inning and say, "Hey, Dad," he knew I was probably listening to games. I did it frequently, and we ended up listening to the final 6 outs together. I said, "Why aren't you asleep?" I said, "Koufax is throwing a perfect game. That's why." Okay, yeah. Let's listen together.
Yeah. That's a good enough excuse. Bailey, did he go? No, says Hirschbeck. And the count is full, so back-to-back full counts here to Ortiz and now Bailey.
Take a look at this side shot on Bailey. No, he held up too. Didn't break the wrist. Bat carried a little bit across the plate, but not enough for John Hirschbeck to ring him.
3-2. Ground ball to third. Longoria will take it to first. Out there to retire the side. No runs a hit. A man left. The one hit. The little infield hit by Jacoby Ellsbury over the mound. That's been it. That's all given up tonight by Garza. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. Ray who had doubled home 3 runs in the 3rd, hit a home run in the 6th. The Rays scored 4 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, and 1 each in the 5th and 6th to build this 8-0 lead. As we move into the bottom of the 7th inning, Takanori Iwamura will lead things off against Saito. First pitch Hockey takes it for a strike. It's Jonathan Van Every in right field. He won the game at Cleveland for the Red Sox last night.
And signed with Cleveland originally. Van Every.
Pitch outside. 1-1. Takashi Saito, there he is.
Yeah, 7 innings. 7 games. ERA a little high there, 5+. 7 strikeouts, 2 walks. Still pretty good command. What I don't see, Dwayne, is the fastball that he had in Los Angeles. He could get it up there at 93 with excellent command. Really sneaky fast with that deliberate windup. Still focusing on the hitters. I like that. And he is still studying and focusing. He lost a perfect game and no hitter, but he's still locked in and trying to finish the game off.
Out of play. 1-2. Well, if you wanted some intensity, they got it tonight from Garza.
That's the word.
And they had Bartlett, who called for some intensity, and he's playing, even though he's got a little left hamstring that's talking to him. And Pat Burrell's come through with a couple of hits and a run batted in. Longoria had a big night, 4 runs batted in. Now Aki sends a high fly ball into right center field. Ellsbury over though, and he'll make the catch, first crossing with Van Every.
Yeah, that's a key word right there. And I think it's really important when you scuffle a little bit at the beginning of the year for players to call each other out. I think it's a little early for the manager too, especially on a team that started 13 and 15 last year, and it's not Joe Madden's style anyway.
Well, I tell you, from a player's perspective, Kevin, you're in this situation. You're 8 and 14. You got the Red Sox coming to town. Could you really wait to get to the ballpark? Wouldn't you want to just get there as fast as you could?
Absolutely. And you've been playing the Red Sox well the last year plus now anyway, even the beginning of the year.
Bartlett with a high infield pop. Haley in from first makes the catch. And I think we've seen some of that happen with this club tonight. What you're hoping for is that this will make a big difference. Verizon Wireless play of the game. The home run, the first of Michel Hernandez's big league career. So here's Hernandez now. The pitch is down. Let's check in with Todd. Speaking of that home run, Todd.
Yeah, we got the guy who caught the ball. Ben is your name, right? You're from Maryland. How'd you end up here?
Well, my brother goes to school down here, and I just thought I'd come down here for the weekend. And Sox are in town, so.
You don't have the ball with you. What's the deal?
Well, I heard it was his first home run, so they came and tried to get it from me, and they told me I'd get an autograph ball in exchange and meet some of the Rays players. But hopefully, I hope to meet some Red Sox players. You can see I'm a Sox fan.
You had the battle for it, guys. It landed over here in this section. It just kind of rolled your way.
Yeah, the guy didn't know what happened, and he just looking around for it, stumbling, and I just picked it up off the ground.
Not always the first person that touches a home run is the one that ends up with it, guys. Back to you.
Well, you know, possession is 9/10 of the law.
That's right.
So I think he's invoking that statute.
He didn't throw it back.
Yeah.
Exchange. He's not too happy either right now. You got to get that first home run ball back. That's great.
Hernandez, a little looper into center, and that's going to fall. Boy, what a night he's had. He waited patiently for playing time, and what he's doing tonight, he's earning himself some more playing time. 3 hits and a great job behind the plate.
Well, that's probably what tonight he'll say I'm most proud of is calling the game for Matt Garza, but you'll take it. A little ball off the end of the bat, little slider by Saito. Reaches out and flicks it, including losing the bat, uses his hands and shoots it into center field for a hit. Had that little smile. Hey, you got to take him, Michelle, while you can, and he will, believe me. But I guarantee you tonight he'll be most proud of the game that he has called and worked with Matt Garza tonight.
Spoken like a true catcher, and good
bet.
for you.
And one that couldn't hit.
Yeah. Well,
enough. Anyway.
I don't care if catchers can hit or not. Catching is what they're supposed to be focused on.
Yeah,
because it's so valuable to the club when you do that job properly.
Well, you know what's funny tonight, because when we first got the lineups that were sent to us, we thought that Michel Hernandez was going to hit 8th and Bartlett 9th. And then that got switched. I'm not saying by Joe Madden, but just the information we got. And look how important the 9th spot's been tonight. Michel Hernandez down there. 3 hits with a home run. Of course, Bartlett in the 8th spot got it all going in the 3rd inning with that leadoff chopper for the base hit. It started the huge inning against Josh Beckett. So it all works out. A little karma. Joe Madden karma right there.
Gotcha.
Stay positive.
E.J. Upton takes a strike. He's been on twice. 2 hits and 2 runs scored. An infield single and a double up the left field line on a breaking ball back in the 4th. All of that against Beckett, who's facing Saito now. And a strike away from him. Rays got 7 off Beckett and 1 run off Jones. Two balls, 2 strikes.
I think the thing you were saying a moment ago before the base hit by Michel Hernandez about, you know, getting up for series and all that, is that the Rays play the Red Sox well, and the Sox know it. It's the other teams you also have to have the same intensity, you know, and put away, because if you let up a little bit this year especially, it's why it's tough to repeat.
Ooh, very close.
It was.
Even Julio Lugo at shortstop had taken. He started to jog off the field. He'd taken about 5 steps to his right.
Yeah, that's a pretty good pitch right there by Takashi Saito. But you know, you got to get up for everybody and put people away when you can, because everybody now is gunning for the Rays because they know what they're capable of doing, and they've stepped up their game against this ball club.
3-2 and a swing through that one, up and out on strikes. So we have traveled through 7 innings tonight, and the Rays lead 8-0. Inside the Rays, Evan Longoria premieres tonight right after the game here on Sun Sports. Been a good night for Evan. Double home run, 4 runs batted in. Jonathan Van Every leads it off. The pitch is high to him. So Drew out of there after going 0 for 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Van Every hit his first big league home run last night in Cleveland in the top of the 10th inning, and that eventually led to their extra inning win over the Indians. Strike call, 2-1. Grant Balfour is up in the bullpen.
Got to get him going too. He's too good a pitcher to look at that 7.5 earned run average. The command's been a little issue for Grant as well.
2-2. We have Garza now, just a little over 100 pitches, 103.
I think if Matt has an easy inning, you'd like to see him go out there and get the complete game, a chance at a shutout and a one-hitter. But you have to protect against that too, and not let his pitch count get out of hand here in case he has a rough inning here in the 8th.
Strike 3 call, and Every out on strikes.
I don't see any indication. I don't see any indication though he's going to have a rough inning with that stuff. Look at that movement too. Little tailing action on that fastball. Excellent location. Paint the outside corner. 104 pitches, 72 strikes. That is absolutely outstanding. Anything over 63, 64% is super.
Jason Bay, twice called out on strikes. He misses the fastball. Looking at a fastball in the second, and then Garza used the slider to get him looking in the 5th. He threw him a 3-2 slider in that inning.
He did. Jason's been caught in between, both at the plate and in the outfield. Just not sure tonight.
0-2. Rays have out hit the Red Sox 13-1 and lead 8-0.
Jason Bay, though, really has done a pretty nice job for the Red Sox, coming over that 3-team trade last year and being the focal point, replacing Manny Ramirez.
One ball, 2 strikes. Well, you know, we talked about in the pregame, there's Euclid hitting over 400, and Bay for the last week has hit over 500.
Yeah, he's tough.
So that really is impressive when you think about the job Garza's done tonight with this team. And he strikes out Bay for the 3rd time. So that's the 10th strikeout. Strikeout number 10. Bay's out of there. And Joe Madden comes out. He's going to make the call to the bullpen here. Garza will depart with 10 strikeouts in 7 2/3, and he'll get a great hand from this crowd. Listen to the crowd as he departs. Great performance tonight by Matt Garza. the one hit he gave up tonight.
He was that close. He said, I just fell off to the left. I was that close to catching that ball. He was telling Tom Foley and Jim Hickey right there. And he was.
Boy, what a great performance. 7 2/3, 108 pitches, and he gives way to Grant Balfour. 2 outs and the base is empty. Nick Green is the hitter, and that first pitch thrown right by him. Strike one. Stay in the game. Hold of the day brought to you by Just for Men Hair Color. And here are the current leaders in holds. The former Ray Bobby C. 7 to lead the charge. Just as those relievers keep their teams in the game, you too can stay in the game with Just for Men Hair Color. 2 quick strikes on Nick Green trying to catch up to Grant Balfour.
Grant's numbers right there in 9 games. 6 strikeouts to 7 walks. What do you got to cut down on?
And Green is out on strikes, 3 pitches. That's the 3rd out. Bottom of the 8th coming. 8-0 Tampa Bay.
For the first base side. Well, that's how close it was. That's the Home Depot. Home Depot doing more on defense. Matt Garza tried to do more and just couldn't quite get to it. You can't take anything away from that performance tonight. 1 hit is all he gave up in 7 2/3 innings.
Carl Crawford faces the lefty Javier Lopez. Sails that one too wide. 1 ball, no strikes. Carl has been on twice. He's driven in a run. He's scored a run.
And I still go back to that key at bat that probably will kind of go unnoticed in the box score and if you didn't see the game. But I think that at bat with 2 on and 1 out, he took some pitches off the outside corner and drew the walk, although the bases was huge. Javi Lopez.
3-0 the count.
The Red Sox have 3 lefties now with Hunter Jones and Javi Lopez versus Okajima in that bullpen.
Earl looks at a strike now. 3-1. So this is game 1 of a 4-game series and a very big series for the Rays. They've done exactly what they needed to do with this one. 3-2. Tomorrow night it's a 7:30 first pitch at 7:38. Andy Sonnenstein will oppose Justin Masterson. Chopper to second. Pedroia gloves it. His throws in time. 1 out in the 8th inning. Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon. Jeff Neiman's going to pitch the game on Saturday against Tim Wakefield. There's Andy. He'll be on the mound tomorrow night. And then Sunday, James Shields against Brad Finney. So some great baseball to be played here. The Rays coming home in need of really taking a stand. And this is a big step forward tonight.
Big hit, biggest hit of the night was by Evan Longoria, that bases clearing double in the 3rd inning.
And it is our Checkers double of the game. This one into right center field, a line drive that scored Bartlett, Upton, and Crawford. That set the stage for the Rays offense tonight.
Well, I know I mentioned early in the game this could be a 2-1 game, and the way both guys were throwing up to that point, that's exactly what it could have been. Matt Garza was almost perfect, and Beckett looked like that through the first 2, but then it blew up on him in the 3rd inning.
Foul ball. Well, the Rays forced 43 pitches out of Beckett in the 3rd. A 43-pitch inning. I mean, you're talking about one of the best pitchers in captivity right now, Josh Beckett. And they built on that.
That's what I love about baseball, though. You never know. You keep grinding and grinding, and all of a sudden you turn what could be a 1-0, 2-1 game.
Little base hit up the middle, reaching for this one, and Evan has a 3-hit night.
Just for good measure. Finish it off. Going to hear more about Evan Longoria tonight after the post-game show. But, you know, you see 8-0, and you say, God, they just blew him out tonight. But the way Beckett was throwing early, you think, God, if we can get 3. When Evan hit that bases clearing double, I said that might be enough the way Garza's throwing. But it just ignited the rest of the offense after that. And wore Beckett down.
Now Carlos Pena. Carlos 1 for 3 with a walk. Wide, 1 ball, no strikes.
The usual shift on the right side, although Pedroia not playing on the outfield grass. Take a look at Dustin right in the middle here. He's playing on the dirt. You got a runner at first base there, and you got a left-hand pitcher. Take a look at Dustin Pedroia one more time. Normally he'll be playing way out here, somewhere in short right field, but right now he's right here. A lot of that's because Javi Lopez has that submarine slider, and he took a little ground ball to the right side.
And there's a line drive over the head of Pedroia into right field. So Pena hits one over the shift. Longoria stops at second. Back-to-back singles in the 8th.
Well, you know, it's funny because if Pedroia's back, where he normally is against Pena, he catches that ball.
Well, you know, he was back in the 6th when Pena got that base hit. When he tried to make a play on him.
Yeah. And I think just because it's Javi Lopez and the way he throws with that sinking action to his ball, that he's thinking, well, I get a little ground ball, I'll just flip it over to first base this time. Instead, he got a line drive over his head.
Low to Pat Burrell.
It's all about the charts and percentages, and I think Pedroia played him right both times. It just didn't work out both times for him. You know, talking to Joe Madden about that, he said, listen, we're going to look bad when we get burned when we play the outfield shallow. But more times than not, a lot more times than not, those base hits to center field that Upton and Crawford take away, nobody will really talk about those too much on a national scale. We will here, but maybe not on a national scale or on highlight reels. You will see it.
Yeah, that's, you know, and truly that's the problem with, I've always felt national coverage on a wide range of topics You're going to see just
there they are.
A microcosm of something and make a comment on it, not know what you're really commenting on. And I think that's a great example.
I can't tell you how many people have asked me about that already at the start of the season. People that I know that are now watching Rays games and say, wow, they play a shallow defense. And I explained to them what Joe's explained, what you and I have talked about. We certainly understand. I understand what he's doing being a manager. But when on the highlights, you see a ball going over Upton's head like Brett Gardner of the Yankees, and you go, oh, wow, that's bad defense. No, it's not. If you make your pitches, the ball's never going to go over DJ's head.
That's right. Burrell draws a walk. And the bases are loaded in the 8th. Beckett for 4 2/3. Jones an inning and a third. Saito worked an inning, and now Lopez, after getting Crawford on a ground ball, has the bases loaded behind him. Longoria at third with Pena second and Burrell at first. Gross against the lefty. 1 ball, no strikes, and Lopez will get a visit.
It's a good confidence builder too, letting Gabe Gross face Lopez right here. See if he can get a couple RBIs, go the other way. Get it in the air, keep it off the ground. That number helps too. 450 with the bases loaded.
The pitch is down, 2-0.
It's not always automatic that a righty faces a lefty better, because you know a righty might come in like Kapler or somebody and get that sinker on the ground. He's got a good sinker, so sometimes this matchup can be better for the lefty.
They got that one in there, 2-1. The Yankees have beaten the Angels 7-4. Well, the Angels have been devastated with all of the injuries and terrible misfortune to their pitching staff. Base hit the other way by Gross. Longoria scores. Here comes Pena in to score. Into third goes Burrell on the double by Gross. And the Rays add 2 more to make it 10-0.
See, managers manage for now and the future. That's why Gabe Gross did. That's what I was talking about. Confidence builder. Number one, he hits 450, the bases loaded. And look how he took that fastball inside, went the other way, didn't try to pull it, didn't try for the home run, was looking to do just that, knock in a couple of runs, and that's exactly what he did. That goes a long way, because he's had 3 really good at-bats tonight, and so far nothing to show for it. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, and now his 4th, to me, really good at-bat. Only one of those strikeouts, you have a bad at-bat, so 5 at-bats in all, 4 good at-bats, and he finally got the RBI single. That's what the managers do. You're trying to build confidence for now, and you're going to need him tomorrow night. You're going to need him in the future.
Well, I think the Rays proved that point over and over last year. You need everybody to win, and everybody contributed a year ago. Now Aki against the lefty takes the pitch down. 1 ball, no strikes.
You know, a lot of people will see that and go, why not go against the matchup? Get the right-hander in there, you know, get some more run. There's more to it than that. That's what I'm trying to say here. There's a method to the madness of certain managers. I understand what Joe's doing. I got to tell you, I was a different man. I was nothing by the book. Joe Madden, certainly Rays fans know, and the players know, there's nothing by the book.
Well, he's writing a book. That's what he's doing.
Right, why not? And I wrote one.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And there's a shot toward right center field by Aki. That's going to one-hop the wall and bound around out there. Ground rule double. Burrell scores. Gross crosses the plate. Aki stops at second with a double, and 2 more runs batted in to make it 12-0.
I've talked to some Red Sox people. There is some concern about this guy right here, how much rope Javi Lopez is going to have in the big leagues, because there's been some concern about him not getting left-handed hitters out like he should. And you just saw the last 2 batters being left-handed. He didn't get them.
So Terry Francona out to have a conversation. I mean, 1 out, and the Rays have put 5 men on base and have scored 4 runs. So we're going to have a position and pitching change here. Van Every comes in and Lopez goes to right. Back in a moment. Has been moved into right field, and the right fielder Jonathan Van Every takes over on the mound. Jason Bartlett, first man to face Van Every, and the pitch is a strike.
I thought they were calling in Jose Canseco for a minute.
Well, hey, we've been down that road before.
Two consecutive homestands here. We've seen the extra pitcher used. Nick Swisher did it for the White Sox, and now Van Every.
Well, Van Every's had a couple of eventful nights back to back. He hit the home run last night, his first in the big leagues, and that turned out to be the margin of victory in the extra inning game for the Red Sox at Cleveland. And now here he is pitching, becoming the 5th pitcher of the night for Boston.
See, that's all Jose wanted. He just said, just let me do it once and say I pitched in the big leagues. The problem was it was the one and only time that he did.
This one is popped up. Nick Green in foul territories after it, and he makes the catch for the out. 2 gone.
You know what's tough about this is Javi Lopez has to go to right field.
Yeah.
And you know, Terry Francona, for a couple of reasons. There's Javi. I mean, he's embarrassed. He's not feeling real happy about this. But what you have to explain to your players, I know Terry has a great relationship with him, is exactly why he's doing this. He's not trying to embarrass anybody. He wants to save Lopez so he can use him tomorrow night and the rest of this series. It's a 4-game series. He doesn't want to blow up the rest of his bullpen. And mainly because Josh Beckett got knocked out.
And here is Hernandez, and he shoots one into right center. Past Lopez. That's going to score Aki. Hernandez in with his 4th straight hit. This one a double and his 3rd run batted in. And the Rays tack on another run. It's 13-0.
And Lopez is really happy about that because he couldn't even save his own runs right there.
There you are.
Being the right fielder. Fastball up and away, and Michelle just goes with it, shoots in the gap in right center. And look at Lopez. I mean, he runs pretty good. He was on his horse.
And I'll tell you, and once Francona decided to make a move, And he didn't want to use any more pitchers. He's going to use Van Every. He had nobody left except for Veritek on the bench.
No, that's right. He's already made his switches. He took some of his starters out in the middle of the ball game, and that's exactly why Javi Lopez has to play some right field right now. He's got no other moves to make.
BJ takes ball 3. It's 3-0.
Nick Green came in to play third earlier in the game. Bailey came in to play first. And every course wasn't right.
There's a strike. BJ taps it foul. So the count is 3-2. Well, the Rays have 18 hits. And they draw a walk. Upton takes over. And Ben Zobrist will hit in the place of Carl Crawford now, with Rays runners at first and second. The Rays had 17 hits against the Yankees on the 13th of April. They had 17 against the Orioles on the 12th of April, and they have 18 tonight. This is a season's high. Strike the count to Zobrist. Zobrist hits one deep down the right side, foul. Broke his bat on that. 0-2.
Kind of getting used to that from Ben Zobrist when he pinch hits. Something long and high and far. And usually out of the ballpark.
There's been a method to his madness, and we're going to try to take a look at some of that over the weekend here in our telecast of the series against Boston. And he's making a believer out of a lot of people.
He is.
This one he pops up back at first. Bailey tracks it, has room, and makes the catch to retire the side. But the Rays add 5 more runs. We're at the end of 8. It's 13-0 Tampa Bay. To lead off the 7th by Jacoby Ellsbury. 10 strikeouts tonight, 1 hit and 1 walk allowed. Check out the new R Performance vehicles at at your local Jaguar dealer or on JaguarUSA.com. Here is the infield hit by Ellsbury. Grant Balfour on the hill. And the pitch to the catcher, George Gutierrez, is a little bit high. Balfour struck out Nick Green on 3 pitches to end the 8th. The top half of the inning anyway. There's a strike. It's 1-1. Ben Zobrist is out there in left after pinch hitting. That's a strike. It's 1-2.
That's what you're looking for from Balfour right there. Getting over the front leg and driving the ball down. Use this inning as a building block for the next appearance when it's a tight game. Fell off there a little bit, so he's got to slow himself down. Got to land with a little bit of flex bent front leg on the ball of your foot so you can get over the front leg and keep the ball at the knees.
And still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Count is full. Grant last worked on Monday in Minnesota. Gave up a couple of hits and picked up a strikeout in a third of an inning following Jeff Neiman's 5 2/3. That was in a 7-1 Rays victory. Ball game in the top of the 9th. Rays live immediately following the game, and then inside the Rays immediately following that featuring Evan Longoria. High pop up right side. Hockey looking for it. Now waiting. One away. One out, base is empty for Julio Lugo. Ball spins Lugo out of there. 1 ball, no strikes.
A little appearance at the mound right here, and I'm sure that Jim Hickey's seen exactly what we were just talking about a moment ago. Got to get over the front leg, drive it toward your target, flying open too soon. That's why the ball's sailing up and in to Lugo right here.
Well, here's another guy who's like walking intensity. I mean, he's got this great arm, but
yes,
I mean he gets into the moment.
Got to channel it the right way. Good, right there.
2-1. Pitch there. Didn't miss by much. 3-1.
Yeah, you'd rather miss there. I mean, that's good. The adjustment the last couple of pitches. Stay right down there. That's what you want.
And he walks Lugo. Balfour gets into a very quick rhythm. I mean, there are times when he's delivering the pitch.
Yeah.
Almost. I don't know if the catchers had time to give him a sign or not, but he's ready to go.
Yeah, I think that's what Jim Hickey went out there and talked to him about. Slow yourself down, gather yourself, and make each pitch count. And it doesn't matter what the score is right now. I mean, the Rays are going to win this game. It's you got to get Grant Balfour on track where you can bring him in a 1-run game in the 8th inning and not walk anybody. He's got too good of stuff.
Ellsbury lifts a fly ball into center. First pitch fastball, and B.J. Upton's there to catch it. 2 outs. catch up to the fastball. Strike one.
Every swing looks the same from Dustin Pedroia, doesn't it?
Sure does. He swings hard.
No matter what the situation is.
High pop foul. That's back. Out of play. 0-2. Well, the Rays won 8 out of 9 against the Red Sox here at Tropicana Field last year during the regular season. And with the Red Sox coming in a red-hot team, the Rays have a 13-0 lead in the ninth with 2 outs tonight. 1-2.
Good time to work on your breaking ball command again on the next pitch. Balfour missed on that one. Get the feel of your slider.
Into the dirt. 2-2. Hernandez got out there and shifted and had that ball found out in front of the plate for him.
Take a look at Hernandez. Yeah, it was a nice job. Let's take a look. And the ball to your right. This is a slider right here. Watch his right knee. Down first. See it? Both legs to the right. That's how you keep the ball in front, squared back toward the middle. That's how you do it.
2-2. Ground ball, third base. Evan from the bag to throw to first. Scooped by Pena. This game is over, and the Rays are winners in big fashion tonight. They needed to make a statement. They come home and win it 13-0. A combination shutout by Matt Garza and Grant Balfour, a one-hitter. The only hit, that infield scratch hit by Jacoby Ellsbury to lead off the 7th. Garza will even his record at 2-2. Beckett's record falls to 2-2.